So should be ठीक है, बाकी उसके बाद क्या आता है, सेगमेंट एनालिसिस। ठीक है, सबसे पहले हमारा क्या हो गया, स्टार्ट विद व्हाट्स दिस फीचर। ठीक है, इंक्रीज द कन्वर्जन रेट, बूस्ट एओवी है ना, इंक्रीज द कन्वर्जन रेट बाय रिड्यूसिंग परसीव्ड फ्रिक्शन। ओके, नेक्स्ट इज बूस्ट एओवी, एवरेज ऑर्डर वैल्यू। ठीक है, इफ देयर इज अ थ्रेशोल्ड। ओके, अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस इंप्रूव रिटेंशन इफ यूजर्स एसोसिएट मीशो विद लो कॉस्ट कन्वीनियंस। ठीक है, ये एम है, या फिर इंप्रूव रिटेंशन इफ यूजर। सेकंड इज डिफाइन सक्सेस मैट्रिक्स, पिक अ फ्यू फ्रॉम सर्च बकेट। ठीक है, पहली चीज़ ये होगी, स्टार्ट करेंगे आप कि इसकी इंटेंशन क्या है, कि आपको कन्वर्जन रेट अच्छा करना है या आपको रेवेन्यू जनरेट करना है। दो चीज़ें होती हैं, आप कन्वर्जन रेट बढ़ा सकते हो या आप रेवेन्यू बढ़ा सकते हो। ठीक है, अब आते हैं डिफाइन सक्सेस मैट्रिक्स। पिक अ फ्यू फ्रॉम ईच बकेट। प्राइमरी मैट्रिक्स की अगर हम बात करते हैं तो कन्वर्जन फोकस्ड होती है, सेकेंडरी मैट्रिक्स रेवेन्यू एंड ऑपरेशन होती है। ठीक है, तो देयर आर टू टाइप ऑफ मैट्रिक्स मैं बोलना चाहूँगा यहाँ पर। पहले मैं बोल देता हूँ प्राइमरी मैट्रिक्स। उनमें क्या क्या आता है यार, सबसे पहले आता है कन्वर्जन फोकस्ड। ठीक है, ये होंगी कन्वर्जन फोकस्ड, ये होंगी रेवेन्यू फोकस्ड। राइट, कन्वर्जन फोकस्ड। तो दो चीज़ें आपने देखी ना, एक कन्वर्जन फोकस्ड होती है और सेकेंडरी होती है आपकी रेवेन्यू। सबसे पहले और सबसे ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट the thing for us is conversion, right? Because if we'll be having a loyal customer base, so it will eventually help us to gain higher revenue, right? So high revenue. So according to me, this should be the case. Now, first of all, it is conversion rate. ठीक है, conversion rate is a metric. First of all, next click through rate on banner engagement. ना, click through rate on the banner. Add to cart rate. First time order rate. नहीं यार, फर्स्ट टाइम ऑर्डर नहीं, वो नहीं मंदिर होगा हमेशा, हमेशा पहले मंदिर होगा। एओवी, स्पेशली इफ देयर इज एवरेज ऑर्डर वैल्यू, इफ देयर इज अ डिलीवरी थ्रेशोल्ड। ठीक है, तो सबसे पहले है, बहुत सारे रेट्स होते हैं, वही मैट्रिक्स हैं। ठीक है, जैसे कन्वर्जन रेट, कितना कन्वर्ट हो रहा है। ठीक है, फिर होता है क्लिक थ्रू बैनर। आपने यू हैव क्रिएटेड अ बैनर एंड यू विल चेक दैट हाउ मेनी पीपल आर एक्चुअली बाय टचिंग दैट बैनर are converting into the actual customer or buying your product. Then is add to cart rate, right? How many are adding it to cart? Then first time order rate, how many are your first time customers? Then AOV, average order value, this is also a metric. Okay, next is total revenue, this is a metric. Total revenue और GMV आपको यूज करना है। GMV stands for gross merchandise value, which is basically the total, I would say total amount that a company earns, but it doesn't includes any kind of offers or cancellations or refund policies or the coupons or discounts as well. So that is GMV. You must remember GMV is a big name, right? Next is margin per order. ठीक है, this is also a metric, right? Then we have return rate. Okay, how many are returning? Okay, revenue and operations, return rate, unit economics per user cohort. Okay, cohort analysis कर सकते हैं. Okay, cohort analysis per user cohort. Okay, I said okay. Long term metrics. Now, what are some long term metrics? Metrics are parameters. Okay, 7 by 30 retention span, I'll say. I'll see. Okay, what is the retention? LTV uplift, cohort that saw banner versus those who didn't. I said okay. Now use A/B testing to validate impact. ये हर किसी में घुसा देना. Use A/B testing. क्यों करी जाती है A/B testing? To validate the impact. I would run an E/B test. Okay, I would run an E/B test. Oh, great है भाई. Control group, no free delivery banner. ठीक है. Test group, banner shown on eligible product. Then compare key metrics across those groups. Make sure that the test is statistically powered, sample size and duration, segmented, new versus returning, category types, tier 3 versus metro, cohort tracked over time, bonus pre-post comparison if A/B testing is not possible. Then segment analysis. Of course, the segment analysis भी कर सकते हैं आप. What is this? Product categories, fashion, home, beauty. I would like to break that down across product categories. Product categories, fashion, home, beauty, fashion, home, beauty, established, home, beauty. है ना. City tiers, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, है ना. tier 1 versus tier 3 में क्या impact है, वो चीज़ से डिपेंड करती है. Order type, COD versus prepaid, right? New versus returning users, new versus returning users. Hmm. Right. So, okay. Why? Because tier 3 users might respond positively. Submit your application. Certificate. Full name. Full name. A Sharma. A Sharma. A Sharma. And the rate. Upper. What to do? My name is Aradhya Sharma. Aradhya Sharma 81. ठीक है. Success. A Sharma. A Sharma 3 underscore B 22. A Sharma 3 underscore. Current location. Patiala, Punjab. Patiala. Patiala, Punjab. Patiala, Punjab, India. Current company, Sellable Technologies. ठीक है. In which we did about some data science, data analysis, RFM. ठीक है. LinkedIn, आराध्य शर्मा इतना है, ये URL है. ठीक है. नौकरी URL, GitHub URL, portfolio URL, other URL, application form, applicant's full name as per academic records. Application form campus, applicant's full name as per academic records. Aradhya Sharma. Applicant's full name as per academic records. Aradhya Sharma. As part of commitment, diversity, oriented disclosure center voluntarily, and this information is collected for record keeping and statistical purposes only, will not be used in hiring decisions or affect your job application process in any way. Please note that Misha is an equal opportunity employer and all applicants will be considered for employment without regard to gender, race, ethnicity, disability, or any other characteristic protected by law. Your response will be kept confidential and will only be accessible to limited authorized personnel on need-to-know basis. Please select the option by discussing the mail. Roll number, academic roll number is 1022203142, 1022203142, 0802, 8 फरवरी 2005. कॉलेज 0802, कॉलेज ईमेल एड्रेस ये Sharma 3 underscore B 22 at the rate Thapar dot edu. कॉलेज ईमेल एड्रेस A Sharma 3 underscore B 22 at thapar dot edu. यहाँ पे ईमेल मेरा डाल देंगे ARDSH 205 at the rate gmail.com. Email ARDSH 205 at the gmail.com. Personal email address ARDSH 205 at the rate gmail.com. Personal email address कितना है मेरा ARDSH 205 at the rate gmail.com. ये कंफर्म कर लो एक बार. ARDSH 205 ARDSH 205 at gmail.com. Yeah. ARDSH 205 at gmail.com. Current phone number +91. Current phone number India +91 7060 7060 33 Branch mention of academic branch. Computer engineering. Computer engineering. Specialization indicate the specialization if applicable. Data science. Provided cumulative out of 10 8.67. History of Bachelor State applicant has had any please mention the status cleared. Submit application. History of backlogs. History of backlogs. State of applicant has had any backlogs during the academic tenure. If yes, please mention the status cleared or pending. Cleared. Data science 6.67. Computer engineering 7060 ARD SH825@gmail.com. A Sharma 3 underscore B20 Thapar.edu. Mail Radhe Sharma. Profile, portfolio, LinkedIn links. History of backlogs. State of applicant has had not applicable. State of applicant has had any backlogs during the academic tenure. Has had. If yes, please mention the status cleared or pending. CLEARED. Cleared. Additional information. Myself Radha. Final student at EIT, undergraduate, computer engineering with passion in product building and data analytics, data analysis, data and business analysis, experience of working in organizations, and college fests and technical clubs with lead positions and have performed lead positions and are eager to work with Misha as a business analyst. Thank you. Myself Aradhya, finally a student at EIT, undergraduate in computer engineering with passion in product building and data and business analytics, data and product building and data and business analysis. Have experience of working in organizations and college fests and technical clubs. College fests and technical clubs with lead positions and with technical and non-technical. With technical and non-technical clubs. Technical non-technical clubs with lead positions. Lead positions is as eager to work with Misho. Misho था Misho था with Misho M double E S H O. With them viewer. My name is Radha. The person. Gain experience in leadership roles. I'm eager to contribute to Misho's business and this. Thank you. Misho. MWE FHO. Radha. Remember. Cleared. 8.67 provide the current cumulative grade point average out of 10. 8.67 data science, computer engineering, ARD subjective engineering combination of Linux computer camera portfolio the URL Telegram लीड कोड गिटहब पोर्टफोलियो लीड कोड डाल सकता हूँ हम लोग के लिए धनुषी मंगी बजे रेहान ठीक है ठीक है अच्छा 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 आगे बढ़ता हूँ चलिए अब मैंने एक और चीज़ बोली आपसे ठीक है तो मैं यहाँ पर था risk okay so let me tell you about risk and how I copped it um, remarks in that sense. That was the day I learned कि it's like you have to give proper time. Yeah, I've been good marks, but right from my class first. But when I came in college first time, it was like just I was trying out new things. I was just kind of bored of studying with this stuff, but I faced reality. So that taught me that yeah, balance is very uh, important in life, and yeah, that is. Watch out for side effects. Fifth क्या हो सकता है watch out for side effects. Margin erosion. Margin erosion is free delivery costs. Free delivery costs may increase one. Actually, Radha means someone who can be worshipped. Okay, so yeah, who is worth worshipping? Now I'm used to this. It's my old standard. So there's no issue in that. It's just like it's one among the few names which have the same spelling, right? Because if you spell Kavya, right? So it's just kind of this. It's just like that. They name are very common, not and not a Radha. So that is it. I just hope it get in future. So it yeah, actually my parents named me before this name even get popular. So that is the case. But okay, I'll get it. I'll get into it. People split orders to get multiple free deliveries. Split orders to get multiple free deliveries. Order splitting. क्या होता है ना कि मार्जिन एरोजन भी हो सकता है, जैसे फ्री डिलीवरी कॉस्ट में इंक्रीज पॉन, ठीक है। ऑर्डर स्प्लिटिंग, पीपल स्प्लिट ऑर्डर्स टू मल्टीपल फ्री डिलीवरीज, राइट। अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस वी हैव लॉजिस्टिक्स लोड, higher volume, high potential delivery delays, higher volume, मतलब potential delivery delays, banner blindness over time, banner blindness over time, banner blindness over time. I would measure success using mix of behavioral, जैसे कि conversion rate, average order value, AOV, business revenue margins and long term retention and LTV metrics, ठीक है। behavioral metrics होती हैं आपकी, अगर मैं आपको बताता हूँ तो metrics में, if I talk about the behavioral metrics, so there will be conversion rate and AOV. If I talk about business, it will be revenue and margins. Okay. uh, at any point of time we cannot reduce it too much, so we just need to come up with some more strategies. Long term retention, take a long term r, that is very obvious, right? retention, you just have to speak, okay, speak. और अब तुम वो देख लो कि अब तुम बोलोगे तो ठीक है, अब अच्छा बोलोगे उसकी तैयारी भी कर लो। कन्वर्जन रेट, AOV, रेवेन्यू मार्जिन एंड LTV, ओके। सो विद एन E by V टेस्टिंग with proper segmentation, है ना, and E by testing with proper segmentation would give directional directional proof, would give directional proof. And I would also be and I also monitor second order, and I'd also, it's like fulfillment issues, fulfillment issues or or user gaming behavior. E by B testing is very important. Proper segmentation is very important. Directional proof. Monitor second tick. If users are clicking, converting, and coming back, and we are not bleeding cash doing it, then yeah, we can call that a big win, right? But we always double check, is this a feature boosting real value or just short term sugar rush, right? So if the users are clicking, they're converting, and they're coming back, so it's a big win, right? If the users are clicking, they are converting, and they are buying, right? So it's a big win, I guess. So it's a big win. So, and we are not bleeding cash doing it, right? And we're not bleeding cash. Okay, so yeah, if the users are clicking, they're converting, and they are coming back, so I guess without us bleeding the cash, so according to me, that is a big win, right? So yeah, definitely. And we just need to ensure that they are long term, as in not just a short term sugar rush. So that things to be keep in mind. Yeah, that's it from my side. Okay. Frugality, as being more frugality, to ensure more frugality, as in I'll try to doing more with less, right? Doing more things with less resources, right? With less resources. So yeah, definitely I'll be doing this. Okay. आराध्य, पता है बंदा कब बोर होता है, जब आप उसको कुछ ऐसा बोल दो कि ही इज़ नॉट रेडी, ठीक है। बट आपको क्या करना है, आपको ना इंटरेस्टिंग दिखना है। अगर आप इंटरेस्टिंग दिखे तो डेफिनेटली आप, गुड इवनिंग सर, आई एम राधे शर्मा, आपको रहना है, क्योंकि वो नहीं होगा, ठीक है। आपको इंटरेस्टिंग बनाना है खुद को, सो जस्ट ट्राई टू मेक योरसेल्फ as interesting as you can, right? Let's say the number of repeat sellers dropped last month, what would you do? Let's say number of repeat sellers dropped last month. What would you do? I'm Aradhyan. I'm working in this department. What would you do? Okay. Says ki, it says ki repeat sellers. Okay, so first of all, I'll try to figure it out. Okay, so if the repeat sellers, so by repeat sellers, I think ki those sellers which used to sell large or bulk orders to our customers, but they drop. Now, by dropping, do you mean that they are not a product, or they have closed their ties with? Okay. So okay, if they are able to, so that depends, right? So okay, if the case is that they have left their ties with Misho, just in case, so definitely I would say in that case it will be an external effect, right? Or it there are some high chances of an external effect because no seller wants to leave any opportunity, right, to gain profits. So if he or she, whosoever is the seller, is uh, leaving his job or quitting his job, I must say, must have been competitors that we need to analyze. Apart from this, there might be conflicts as well. If it comes to internal things, I'll need to, first of all, I'll try to contact the sellers. I'll try to, through the dashboards where all this data is, I'll try to look through the trends that what has have been the history of that seller, right? So there are basically two possible cases. The very first is that he is doing really very well, but he suddenly, and second is that he was facing loss or was not able to make as much as revenue as he was expecting, right? So that's why there might be any chances that he left. So if the case is that he is making revenue but still left, so there are very high chances that he has been approached by some other competing organization. And if there were some losses, then definitely there's a need of internal uh, a discussion, and we need to talk about this because this will lead to not just as of now, if some of the sellers have left, so in future many more might also left. So it needs detailed a discussion about this topic. So yeah, I need to talk about this. Apart from this, if it is like the seller who has been selling is left because of other competitors, then we should focus on more. Strategies to attract sellers by providing them with by analyzing their problems, right? The problems might include as in if they are related to the ground, right? As in the delivery partners are not working correctly, or if the orders have been cancelled many times and packaging cost is being used, so this might be the issue. So we need to um, check it, right? If this is the issue, then definitely we also need to look at the customer side, why the customers are canceling the orders. So we need to analyze the entire situation, what the seller is facing, right? So I guess that might be thing. So okay, if repeat sellers are dropping, you want to see, can you investigate root cause like a data Sherlock? Can you think cross-functionally, operations, product, logistics? Can you recommend experiments that don't just scream, do more marketing, right? Okay, step by step. First, clarify. Are we talking about sellers who haven't logged in again, or who have logged in but haven't listed or sold again? Definitely. So सबसे पहले आपका जो पहला स्टेप होता है is clarification, ठीक है? So you'll clarify. You'll ask them कि दो टाइप के sellers होंगे. पहले होंगे क्या? No login, as in problem with experience or trust. यानी कि उन्होंने login नहीं किया है. So that is problem with experience or trust. Problem with experience or trust. With experience. सेलर्स लॉगिन करते हैं, ठीक है. सेकंड इज लॉगिन बट नो लिस्टिंग. लॉगिन बट नो लिस्टिंग. प्रॉब्लम विद इंटेंट टूल और परफॉर्मेंस, ठीक है. तो इट माइट बी दैट दे आर फेसिंग सम प्रॉब्लम्स, प्रॉब्लम विद इंटेंट tools or even performance. Third is listing but no sales. Listing but no sales. Listing but no sales. Problem with demand or visibility. Problem with demand or visibility. So these are the possible three cases. They are not logging in because of trust. They are logging but not listing. Any technical issues might be there. They are listing, but there's no sales. Problem with demand or visibility. First thing, clarification. Next thing is segmentation. Anyhow, First clarify, then put hypothesis or segmentation, right? Now segment the drop. Start slicing data to understand who exactly is churning, right? Who exactly is churning, right? What does churning means? Move or cost, move what we're listening. Churning, क्या चपड़ रहा है, चपड़ रहा है, churning होता है, ऐसे रखें, ऐसे रखें. So yeah, definitely. I then said key segmentation. So dimension is city tier, dimension and white matters. City tier, okay. So dimension में आते हैं, white matters. Dimension is city tier, then it is category, then basically right city tier. It is tier three cities. Tier three sellers may have more logistical friction pain. Tier three sellers may have more लॉजिस्टिकल फ्रिक्शन पेन है ना, टीयर घुसा दो हर चीज में, टीयर वन टीयर टू टीयर थ्री फ्रिक्शन पेन. So that might be a case. Category, categories what categories, some categories may be underperforming, ठीक है, some categories may be underperforming, so I need to enlist all the categories may be underperforming. अच्छे से देना है बस, है ना, ध्यान से और प्यार से. Then we have sales volume. What is sales volume? Are top sellers churning or long tail ones? Sales volume. Are top sellers churning? Who are churning basically? Churning मतलब चपर रहे हैं, और churning, churning, ठीक है, churning चपरना. churning का मतलब कमीशन कमाने के लिए ग्राहक को ब्रोकर कहते हैं. Churning में what's churning cohort? Users leaving your platform or service not coming back. Churning मतलब that why, what is the cause of churning? Users leaving your platform and never coming back. So that is churning, right? So we need to help and deal with churning as well, because churning is very important for all of us. We need to deal with that so that the users do not churn, right? Okay, that's it. Okay. Now after this, I'll say something like this: ki, that's definitely a good thing, right? Risk taken reflections. है ना, what would you do? Let's say sales volume. Sales volume क्या याद करते थे? It's our top sellers churning or long tail ones. Time since last sale. Time since last sale. Okay, it's like could point to seasonal behavior. It could point to. Then we have platform type. Platform type. Mobile versus desktop usage issues. Mobile versus desktop. Yeah. New versus established seller, maybe onboarding isn't sticky enough for newbies. Onboarding, right? Funnel the seller journey. Funnel, no, right? What does funnel means? Funnel एक काफी अच्छा कीवर्ड है. What does funnel means? I'm funneling it. It is in the funnel, so I'll get it back to you by today. Okay, thank you so much. Funnel is ultimate buzzword. So funnel is a fancy way of visualizing steps a user takes to complete a goal. Yeah. Imagine an actual funnel at the top and at the bottom. Each step some users drop off. So funnel gets thinner, so it's down. App open. So funnel is step. Funnel मतलब. So I'll try to look into the funnel of a seller. A funnel is just a fancy way of visualizing users step. Yeah. So I'll look into the funnel and I'll see. So I'll look into the funnel. Okay. Funnel the seller journey. Funnel the seller journey. funnel the seller or consumer journey. Any journey can be funneled, right? You have to funnel it. So account crashed, ठीक है, account created, first listing, sale. So what is the funnel of seller journey? So okay, first of all let's talk about what is a funnel, है ना. हर किसी का funnel बताओ, funnel क्या होता है. वो account create करेगा, कोई भी seller है, ठीक है, वो उसका funnel क्या होगा, वो एक account create करेगा. He will log in and then he will list its clothes, okay. And then first sale, people will buy its clothes, so he'll get an order to dispatch. Repeat listing, repeat sale, repeat listing, and repeat sale, okay. So yeah, look for drop off zones last month. Did onboarding drop? Were listings down? Were payouts delayed? Were orders but not sales? ठीक है, क्या क्या हो सकता है. onboarding drop था, यानी कि सामान चढ़ाया ही नहीं गया. onboarding drop, I would say were listings down. Listings down. Were payouts delayed? Were payouts delayed? Were orders but no sales? Good. So onboarding drop, were listings down, were payouts delayed, were orders but not sales. Okay. So onboarding drop. Onboarding drop is the first thing. They ask. Were listings down? Yeah. Were payouts delayed? Okay. Were orders but no sales. Okay. Use conversion metrics between funnel steps to isolate whether the issue started. है ना. Use conversion metrics. Use conversion metrics. जितना बार लिखोगे आपको उतनी बार याद आएंगी. Metrics between funnel steps. To isolate where the issue started. To isolate where the issue started. Okay, that's it. Okay. Possible root causes. Here's where you shine. Toss our smart structured hypothesis. Yeah. Platform policy friction. Possible root causes. Root causes. Segmentation. सबसे पहले clarification, उसके बाद hypothesis, sum of the hypothesis and hypothesis का action, उसके बाद funneling भी कर सकते हो इतना, ठीक है. Now funneling का hypothesis और उसका action. Platform policy friction, ठीक है. First can be platform or policy friction. First can be platform or policy friction, okay. Policy friction. So they might not be able to work with the platform. Then operational bottlenecks. Operational bottleneck. Okay, that again makes a lot of sense. Operational bottlenecks makes sense. Demand side issues. Okay, that also makes sense. Demand side issues. Okay, I said okay. And then we have product UX. Product UX, user experience, है ना. इस पर भी ध्यान देना है आपको. प्लेटफॉर्म या पॉलिसी फ्रिक्शन हो सकते हैं, ठीक है. ऑपरेशनल बॉटलनेक हो सकते हैं, डिमांड साइड इश्यूज हो सकते हैं, और प्रोडक्ट यूएक्स हो सकता है, ठीक है. नाउ प्लेटफॉर्म और पॉलिसी में क्या हो सकता है. कमीशन परसेंटेज इंक्रीज रिसेंटली, शिपिंग टाइमलाइंस चेंज्ड, प्लेटफॉर्म और पॉलिसी फ्रिक्शन, penalties applied for late dispatches, commission percentage increased recently. Misho का commission percentage increased recently. First thing. Second thing, shipping timelines changed. Shipping timelines changed. Third, penalties applied for late dispatches. Penalties applied for late dispatches. So we also need to know that this are sellers, right? What rules and regulations we are imposing on them as, and we need to know that in near future, in near past, whether we have changed the commission ratios or commission percentage, right? Apart from this, whether we have introduced some policies for sellers, some rules and regulations on sellers that might have affected their revenue, their profits, I would say. And are there any penalties for late dispatching, or is there any rise in the late dispatching penalties? So all these things are basically the policy friction, because they might not be happy with the platform. वो क्यों नहीं happy होंगे? Because they might be charged a high commission, right? Apart from this, they might also be facing very strict laws, and they might also be fined for penalties like delay in the dispatching. So this might be the issue. Operational bottleneck में क्या होता है? Delivery future rate high, seller gets blamed. Delivery future rate high, failure rate high. Delivery failure rate high है तो seller को blame किया जाता है. पे आउट डिले होता है, seller loses trust. अच्छा, delivery failure rate high. So delivery failure rate high. uh, it is also possible that the delivery failure rate is high, okay, and then the seller is getting blamed. Payout delays, now this is very important. Payout delays, seller loses trust. Seller loses trust. High return rate, they stop listing. High return rate. What are payout delays? Okay, let's go. Payout delays is a super relevant term, especially in e-commerce, fintech. Oh my God. ठीक है. It's like, what are payout delays? Payout delays is when sellers and partners don't receive their money on time. Basically, a payout is a money owed to someone, like a Meesho seller or a Swiggy delivery partner, after they completed service or sale. Example, in a Meesho, let's say Meesho seller ships an order on August 1st, the customer receives it on August 4th. Now, Meesho is supposed to release the payout to the seller within 7 days of the delivery, let's say by 11th August, but if it happens on 15th August or later, boom, payout delay. Causes of payout delays: COD not yet collected for cash on delivery orders, बैंक प्रोसेसिंग लैग भी हो सकते हैं, बैंक प्रोसेसिंग लैग भी हो सकते हैं, COD orders are not processed yet, bank lags. Apart from this, delivery issues, reconciliation errors in the system, seller KYC not verified properly, internal bugs in the automation. Why are payout delays a big deal? Because payout delays can lead to seller dissatisfaction, high churn rate, bad app ratings, okay, bad app ratings, and loss of trust in marketplace. Timely payouts equals to trust currency. Timely payouts. I understand payouts delayed are critical, especially in marketplace where smart sellers rely on first payments for cash flow. I realize delay patterns across seller cohorts, flag recurring causes like failed KYC or COD bottlenecks. COD bottlenecks. There might be other bottlenecks as well, right? Like a COD bottleneck, and work with product operations to reduce average payout TD. Can you explain how this cycle works in Meesho, and then how a product is delivered and who are the stakeholders? The stakeholders. Okay, so big picture, Meesho is a reseller-driven e-commerce platform. It is an e-commerce platform, reseller-driven. Okay, reseller. It is a reseller-driven e-commerce platform. What is Meesho? It is a reseller-driven e-commerce platform. Okay, so reseller है. Reseller यानी seller तो already कोई है, ये इसको उसी चीज को वापस से बेच रहा है अपने through. So it is a reseller. Okay. Now, sellers, mostly small business or wholesaler, list products, and sellers and resellers share those with buyers via WhatsApp, Instagram, etc. Meesho handles logistics, payment, support, customer, everything. Step-by-step flow of product delivery in Meesho. Product listing, stakeholders, seller, Meesho platform team. A seller lists product on the Meesho app via supplier panel. Product info includes price, photos, descriptions, shipping details, etc. Meesho reviews and approves the listing. Meesho often has a price cap so that it remains affordable to tier 2 to 3 cities. Order placement, stakeholders, customers, reseller, Meesho backend. A reseller shares the product on social platforms. A customer places an order through Meesho app, sometimes directly, sometimes via reseller. Meesho collects the payment, COD or online. The reseller can set a margin, and Meesho handles everything else. Order processing and dispatch, stakeholders, seller, logistics partner, delivery, Shadowfax, etc. Meesho operations. Meesho sends the order to the seller. Seller packs product and generates invoice and shipping label via the app. Logistics partner picks up the order from the seller. Tracking ID is generated and customer gets the order updates. Delivery to customer, stakeholder, customer, and logistics partner. Product is delivered to the customer by delivery partner. If it's cash on delivery, delivery agent collects payment. If customer rejects or returns it, uh, reverse logistics kick in, or refunds handling, stakeholders, Customer, Misho, customer support, seller, and logistics. Uh, Customer can raise a return request, wrong item damage. Delivery against does not, agent does pick up and send it back to the seller. Refund to the customer is processed after inspection, sometimes instantly for prepaid. Payout to seller. Stakeholders, Misho finance teams or seller. Seller gets settled amount, product price minus Misho commission in their bank. Payout usually happens within 7 days of successful delivery. The when order has been received by the customer or the successful delivery. If there are payout delays, seller can raise complaints via dashboard or support. Who are the key stakeholders? Seller supplies and ships the product. Reseller promotes the product to customers. Customer who is buying the product. Misho platform who is managing the entire thing. Then logistics partner handles shipping and reverse pickups. Example Shadowfax and Ecom Express. Delivery partners में आप लिख सकते हो Shadowfax. I guess I know about two delivery partners like Shadowfax. Out of my knowledge, I think Misho works with this. Ecom Express. Ecom Export Express, Misho Finance, process payout, manages deductions, commissions, and returns. Misho Finance processes payout, manage deductions and returns. Misho Support handle disputes, complaints, and delays. Diagram in your head or draw this lol. Seller, Misho supplier panel, logistics partner, customer. Reseller optional. Misho product bonus TAT turnaround time for deliveries, returns payout, India non-delivery report, RTO return to origin, COD remittance, cash collected, transfer to Misho, then seller. Whatever next level. Okay. Okay. So yeah, okay. Okay. So product UX, right? Ah. भाई
Bhajan Radhe Radhe Govinda Govind Radhe Jaya Jaya Radhe Radhe Govinda Govind Radhe. Kirtan is understood that when you clap your hands together, your karma from millions of lifetimes starts to change. The reactions to all of your actions, the lines on your hands change when you clap in kirtan. And I know that's quite packed downstairs. Wow, karma. All that karma floating away. Wow, wow, wow. Radhe, Radhe, Govinda, Govinda, Radhe. Let's hear it, let's hear it. Radhe, Govinda, Govinda, Radhe.
शेडो फॉक्स ecom express ये सब काम करता है डिमांड सेल इश्यूज लो विजिबिलिटी है ना कि प्रोडक्ट की विजिबिलिटी कम है ऐसा भी हो सकता है ठीक है एल्गोरिदम ट्वीक too much competition in the category. I guess uh, let me clarify it first. Product listing flow become more complex. uh, Bugs in seller dashboard, bugs ठीक metric होगी इस केसेस में metrics होंगे आपके first metric seller login frequency. I'll see how frequently he's logging in, listing per seller, listing per seller, okay, listing per seller, एक seller कितना list कर रहा है, orders per listing, okay, orders per listing कि उस order पे जो seller डाल रहा है ना उस पे कितने order आ रहे हैं, right, return percentage by seller, high return equals to friction, return percentage by seller, high return is friction, to minimize the friction, friction is a good word, friction is a good word, right, that you might use tomorrow, right, friction. Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe. Time to first sale. Yeah, longer is the drop of risk. Time to first sale. Longer equals to drop of risk. So और detail in PSC sets ये सब भी कर सकता हूँ. Experimenting depending on root cause, you might suggest potential fix. If it is low visibility, to boost incentives on top products. If there's low visibility, and then the product is not visible, right? There's a very low visibility of the product. So boosting incentives for top products, promo credits, boost incentives for top products, boost incentives for top products. So we can boost incentive for top products, comma, promo credits. Any cheese. High returns, high returns, better QC support. ठीक है यार. Better QC support, buyer education. Actually, I was diagnosed with jaundice. No, actually, I won't go into the ideal answers. Let me be very honest with this. It was just like it was my first examination. It was my first examination of my end tests. It was my first examination of my end semesters. And at that point of time, I joined the college, right? I mean, I was a fresher just in the first semester. So I was just exploring other things because after 2 years of rigorous hustle in JEE, I was like, now in college, I'm not gonna do any such academic thing, right? I wanna explore things. I wanna do other stuff, right? So I was just looking for many things, like many domains. I would say I held, as I mentioned, I did marketing as well. There was one of वो भी फिक्स कर ले क्या क्या करा था, ठीक है. In marketing, I've also handled the finances of my society, from the creation of the intents to how much we'll spend on what thing. As if I tell you about the actual stuff, so we budget of rupees 75,000, and over this we uh, get around 30,000 from. So that comes around 1 lakh, right? So for the event, we usually spend 70,000 because there's 30,000 is used for the entire year things. So out of those 70,000, it's like we reserve 30,000 for the prizes, right? They are like distributed like 15,000, then 10,000 and 5,000, 15, 10 and 5. So this is the thing. And apart from this, the other stuff, approximately 30,000, yeah, 30 to 35,000 is spent on food, depending upon how much audience we are expecting this year. So generally, a person we expect 300 people, 3 to 400 people, and each person and per person we get the food of around 100 per person, right? Including last year we ordered a sub from Nestle, which is in a campus only. So and a burger and a small burger with I guess drink, but the drink was from the marketing side, so that was free. So definitely I have experience in those stuff, and yeah, I guess I'm good fit. And I'll be helping, and I'm very eager to work with Misha because I personally like doing this thing. I personally like this work. I personally like this work, and kind of, and I feel that by doing this, I'll be a part of the system. I'll be part of such a big organization, and uh, yeah, that is it. So it would be yeah, it would be very great if I get the opportunity. It would be very great if I get the opportunity to serve Misho. Uh, I guess that is all from my side. Thank you so much. Anything you want to ask from us? Yeah, just one thing. So what is I guess just wanted to know how has been your experience? Uh, yeah, so I just wanted to know that how since how many years, how been your experience at Misho? As in how I just want to know about your experience only, because apart from this, there's other things were covered in the pre-placement talk. Your personal experience or anything that you felt different in Misho than in any other organization that you might have worked in before, that you worked in before. So I get it. Definitely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this. Thank you so much. So I get it. High returns, right? It is better OC support, buyer education, high returns, payout delays, lean management, push for faster settlement cycle, push for faster settlement cycle, complex listing UX, complex listing UX, complex listing UX, complex listing UX. Create regional language video tutorials, create regional language video tutorials or onboarding help. Fast delivery. Okay, so first of all, I clarify fast delivery you mean from the seller, right? So as of okay, so first of all, so uh, when a user adds any product to cart and performs the payment, so after the payment is made or the order is placed, basically the seller dispatches the order. Onboarding is the very first impression you was in the first product onboarding is the process of getting a new user or customer onboarding through your product or service, helping them to uh, when the phone seller transmission onboarding अकाउंट सेटअप ठीक है, इन्हीं इसको समझाना, onboarding नहीं समझाना, ठीक है. So when the seller receives the request, so I would analyze certain metrics first of all. So the metrics I would be analyzing are going to be, first of all, it's going to be like just after an order has been placed, because that is the point where this entire delivery cycle starts. So so I'm considering the fact that we are using a third party delivery service, a third party delivery service for the delivery purposes. So when the order is placed, okay, after first of all, I'll calculate how much time the seller is taking to pack the order and dispatch it. Okay, so according to me, if we are in this thing, so that should be, I guess, within 24 hours, the package should be dispatched from the seller side. As he dispatched the order, then I'll analyze that delivery agents. How many delivery agents we do have in a particular city? Shanti. Then I'll analyze how many delivery agents we have. This, if we are having sufficient, then according in radius of around 20 to 25 kilometers, person is sufficient to deliver within time. So if this, so yeah, definitely come out with this. Now, how much time that delivery person is taking to get it to that person? Chicken. How much time is he taking to dispatch it? Okay. Apart from this, I'll also focus on that where this problem is arising, because there are chances that in tier one cities there are many sellers which are located, right? So there are very less chance that the delay of product is happening in tier one or tier two cities even. But in tier three cities where we do not have much sellers, so in those areas, what we can do is we can work on the specific pin codes of those areas, because sometimes it also happens as in that in remote areas, because Misho, as of my knowledge, is very popular in even in tier three areas as well. So to capture that market more efficiently, what we should do is that we should ping each town or a village within nearby major cities, and should be with their major cities, so that the delivery is very fast, right? And yeah, that is it. So yeah, we can just pass a discussion here. Also, then we will be handling that what is the major payment mode in certain areas where, for example, in some various rural villages, people are not very confident, or they do not trust this prepaid options or net banking, because they somehow still they have a fear of scams, right? And that is that might be considered as natural, because in a country like India, where we face scams on daily or weekly basis, so we need to work on the trust process. As in, for example, let them order 1 to 2 times on cash on delivery, but providing incentives on prepaid options. Because automatically, if we are using the prepaid options, so it will help, because it is already connected to the seller, right? Because if we are getting the option, if we are getting the money before shipping the order, so we can make sure to receive the amount first, right? The entire processing will be fast, and there will be no payout delays. The seller will get its money on time, the delivery partner will get its money on time, and obviously the customer will get its product on time. So we can provide incentives on the prepaid options to enhance this entire ecosystem. And in the pipeline as well, if we talk about the funnel, so if we talk about the funnel, so it works kind of like this. So yeah, I guess this is what we are expected to do. Okay, अच्छा आपकी डिलीवरी है वो आप 2 दिन तक कैसे ला सकते हो shipping करके क्या in those areas or identifying as Misho works as of my knowledge Misho unlike Amazon or Flipkart Misho does not have any warehouses, and that is what makes it uh, different from Amazon Flipkart, and also I would say it is a great opportunity. It is a good opportunity. ये सब करना and I would say it is a great opportunity. Then शांति से अच्छे से चूदना नहीं है बस ठीक है मैंने कहा हाँ जी बस अच्छे से चूदना नहीं है लाने गीतिका अदम्य आराध्य रेयान राघव जिंदल okay. Okay, so let me be very. So I worked in various departments like marketing, fetched crafting. Basically, they set up their gaming zones as in play games of crafting. कौन सी game थे? We had 4 games. A cricket one. I don't even remember them exactly right now, because I'm not into sports actually. I'm not into online video games. Because I'm not into video games. But yeah, so yeah, definitely. Because I'm not much into on these video games. But yeah, so he gave us. Apart from this, I also yeah, so we बोलना crafting दिखाया था. Crafting, right? I've also contacted judges, so I think I have a good public relations skill. Yeah, definitely. I believe when I come to Misho, I'll be working with such a great team, and I'll get opportunities to work. This is going to make a good opportunity and a good sense of things to me. Thank you so much. Acha. I guess this things make sense. Okay. Now let's go to another question. Another question is on your You notice a spike in returns for a specific product category. How will you investigate? Okay, so it says SQL data since even if not coding there, what query to have GMB culture fit. Tell me more. Tell me worked on a project with ambiguity. How do you prioritize speed versus perfection? Market एफ कंपटीटर ठीक है हाँ बोनस बस ये अच्छे क्वेश्चंस कर ले ठीक है बिजनेस एंड प्रोडक्ट थिंकिंग ये मैंने आपको सारे अच्छे से एनालिटिकल थिंकिंग पे मैट्रिक्स वगैरह मैंने तुम्हें सब बता दिया अब आ जाओ एनालिटिकल थिंकिंग नाउ लेट्स सी दिस क्वेश्चन it says you notice a spike in returns for a specific product category. How will you investigate? Okay, so first of all, if it comes to me, if I have to answer this question, so sixth question, notice a spike in return of specific product category. How will you investigate? Okay, so okay, if I notice a spike in the returns of a specific product category, now when you mentioned category, so let me clarify it that if it is product category, so it is not related to the seller specific, right? So seller specific, so there might be two things, right? The very first possibility is that it is related to the seller, as a seller which is selling that particular product, or the sellers who are selling this product category are very uh, small in number, and these sellers are selling a faulty product or something which is not up to the mark. So if that is the case, in that case I need to analyze the product. We'll be analyzing the product, that whether the end product which is reaching the customer is totally in its correct form, is totally fine, right, and is value for money. Apart from this, if the case is that the seller is selling the right product without any malpractices, then there might be any issue with in the supply chain, in the chain where the from the dispatchment to the product which receives the end user. So I'll be contacting with the our delivery partners. Like I guess Misho does not delivery; it uses third party partners like Shadow Fax and e-com services delivery. Shadow Fax or delivery services. So if the product is getting damaged, if there's a critical product which needs a lot of care, for example any glass material or any product which is temperature sensitive, so if that is not being properly dispatched or taken care of by the delivery agent or the delivery company, so for that I need to talk, so that I need to confirm that where that issue is. If that is the issue, then definitely we need to have a talk with the our delivery company, because ultimately if this thing continues it is going to defame our image only, and we'll lose the trust of our customers, and will also be and can also face some disputes, and can also have some disputes with the sellers, which also we cannot afford. Apart from this, if the returns of a specific product category is hiking, I'll also notice that are all the returns from same or nearby specific locations? Because in many cases it has been observed that some people, just for the prank's sake, or for the for the sake of prank or fun, they used these small tactics. So is it like that they have ordered such anything big and then they are not accepting it and returning it recklessly? If there are users with certain ID who are doing it specifically, then I'll first we'll look into this matter, and if it is found that yes the product was good, then they are returning despite being any valid reason, then we have to block, we have to take actions, block नहीं करना किसी user को, then we have to take actions against those users by applying some penalties on the next orders, because that thing is will ultimately cost Misho a lot of in monetary terms. So that would be my thinking. In the If I talk about the So it is like it works the same way. Like, so yeah, that is it. Returns is the enemy of profit, especially in low margin marketplaces like Misho. So marketplaces like Misho. So if there's a spike in returns of specific category, you better believe everyone from operations to product to CX is freaking out. Your job as a business analyst, be the calm storm chaser who figures out what's broken, where, and why, and then proposes tight data-driven fixes. Question: you notice a spike in returns for specific product category. How would you investigate? Gold standard answer structure. First, clarify the scope and define the spike. I'd start by asking, are returns higher than last week or months? First of all, is it all SKUs in the category or just few top selling ones? Also, this is very important. I'll ask whether the returns are higher than last week or month. Also, SKUs I mentioned, that is it across all the SKUs? SKUs I guess refers to stocky units, right? Uh, stocky units, GMV. Stock keeping unit. ठीक है. Is it with the entire product or just with one or two SKUs? If it is like this, then I'll be investigating differently. If it is not like this, then the approach is going to be different. Why this matters? Because high returns and high volume might be normal. Okay, high returns and high volume, this might be normal, but a rising return rate percentage is quite disappointing for us. So break it down by segments. Use segmentation to zoom in on where the spike is coming from. Like dimension, product SKU, maybe one or two times are causing chaos. That is not a big issue. Return reason, critical size issues. Is it damage? Is it wrong product? I didn't like it. City or reason, delivery logistics, problem in one zone, seller, bad inventory practices, duplicate listings, return type, COD versus prepaid abuse patterns, time period after a flash rate or discount peak. So this is the matrix. Okay. The segmentation handles 95% of my work. You'll spot red flags just by doing it. कि टाइम पीरियड क्या है, रिटर्न क्यों किया जा रहा है, टाइप सीओडी से था या प्रीवियस से था, सेलर की क्या गलती है, डिलीवरी पार्टनर की तो गलती नहीं है, किस एरिया में ये हो रहा है, किस एसक्यू के साथ ये हो रहा है, वो हम देख रहे हैं. एनालाइज रिटर्न रीजंस, 100% अंडररेटेड स्टेप. So Misho collects return reason tags like product doesn't match a description image, size too small or large, received damaged item, quality not good, changed my mind. Now you quantify frequency of each reason, compare with baseline previous months. Group into root cause categories like logistics, UX, QC, user expectations. If 65% of returns are due to size issues in women's ethnic wear, size chart or product image problem, right? अगर आप, if for example I'm getting that 65% of the problem are due to size, so there is a very high possibility that there's some issue with the sizing. The size chart which we are posting on our application is not correct, right? I received damaged items spiked in West Bengal, so it is a logistics issue. I'll try to figure out who is the stakeholder here, right? Are we the stakeholder? Form hypothesis based on data. Okay, so example, poor quality vendors were allowed during a sale. So this is not a very good thing. That we need that each and every seller that we are dealing with is trustworthy and is accountable to sell the same and exact product, exact SKU, stock keeping unit, is to send the exact SKU, stock keeping unit. Retailers tracking inventory. Is sending the SKU exactly. Packing issues in transit causing damages. Then we need to talk to our delivery partner. Then product image misleading. There might be many chances that in some cases the product which is being shown is not what the user get actually. So this might be an issue. Sizing issues is very common. For example, it lead to returns, aggressive discounts, attracted high risk buyers or return abusers. Issues found, one or two SKUs temporarily delist or flag for QC. If it is found that there are specific SKUs which are being returned in with a high frequency. So as of now, we will halt them. We will not sell those SKUs, and we'll keep an investigation that what is the exact problem with those SKUs. If high return rate by seller, put on watch list, nudge for better practices. If the seller is doing any better practices, then we'll have to look at that. Logistics return, flag the delivery partner or the region, right? So you have to flag the delivery partner. Then UX related, like size or image mismatch. So that is a problem of the UX, the design team. So we need to work with them. With them. Apart from this, improve size guides, force better images. Then abuse patterns, COD misuse, limit COD for certain user types or categories because ultimately it will make the process faster. Also launch return reason deep dive surveys. Ask users what exactly was wrong, right? So for this, we can have continuous surveys with our end customers, asking them were they satisfied with their product. Each time a customer receives its product, so he can write a review and we can study all of them. So that might also help. Metrics to track going forward. Return rate percent by SKU, return rate percent by SKU, seller category. Okay. The metrics to get return rate percent by SKU, seller category, right? So I'll get the return rate. So what are the metrics again? Metrics. Return rate percent, return rate percent. What is return rate percent? निकल लेगा return rate. Product return rate. It is percentage of total orders. अच्छा. Return rate percentage by SKU, seller or category. Okay. Net revenue loss due to returns. What is the net revenue loss due to returns? Average time to QC a flagged product. Average time to QC a flagged product. Repeat rate from users who returned. Are we losing trust? I'd segment. I would segment return data by SKU, seller, region, and return reason. I'd identify whether it's a product, logistics, take a product issue, logistics issue, or user expectation mismatch issue. Then I'd use return reason patterns plus operational metrics to decide whether it's a UX fix, a seller enforcement issue, or a QC escalation. Ideally, we'd build automated alerts if return rates across a certain threshold for any SKUs or any category. So we can also build automated alerts. Build automated alerts if return rates return rates cross a certain threshold or cross a certain threshold for any SKU or category. So automatically it will get flagged and we will get to know what is happening. Returns spike for a reason. My job is to figure out whether it's what we shipped, how we shipped, and how we sold it, and then plug the leak before it floods the whole operation flow. Okay, that's it. Okay, let's go to the next question. Walk me through how you would structure an A/B test for new checkout design. So, okay, A/B test. So, for a new checkout design. Okay, so first of all, let it be me. So new A/B test. So by A/B test, I mean we usually mean, yes, I know about the A/B test. It is like providing two choices and then selecting among those two choices that which option among the two choices is better. So if I talk about A and B, so let us say A and B choices. A/B test for a new checkout design. Okay, so okay, a design, right? So what can we do for the design purpose? As in, if it were for a product only, so we would have been listed the same, the two different products, and just with simple analysis of what users are buying more, so we could have get we can get the idea that which product is more in more demand. But when it comes to the design, by this, I just want to clarify that do you mean the design of the application of the software? Okay. So if you mean the design of the software, so yeah, definitely it is again a very big opportunity. But what we can do is that like Instagram, we can use the better. User walking through how do you structure an A/B test for a new checkout design. Start with why. हमारा goal क्या है? क्यों कर रहे हैं? Why? The goal here is likely to improve conversion, reduce drop-offs, or increase auto completion speed. Before designing the test, I'd clarify what's broken in current checkout. What are we hoping with the new design improves? What metrics moves equals to success? Example goals: faster time to checkout. Uh, what is checkout design for an A/B test? Basically, अच्छा checkout design on a public website. Okay. First of all, I will analyze that why we are doing this, right? What is the goal for this step? Okay, let me be very specific with this. Start with the why. Okay, key why we are doing this. What's the broken checkout? What are we hoping the new design improves? What metric moves equals to success? Example goals: faster time to checkout, higher conversion, and lower cart abandonment. So why? सबसे पहले I'll ask the question why. Are we doing it for broken? What's broken in current checkout? What's broken in current checkout? Second is, what are we hoping that new design improves? What are we hoping? हमें उम्मीद क्या है इससे? What are we hoping the new design improves? Okay. Then we have what metric move equals to success? What metric moves is equals to success? Let us now focus on this. Example goals: faster time to check out. First question is faster time to check out. Faster time to check out. First thing. Second thing is higher conversion. I just need to convert this. Higher conversion. Faster time to check out ये भी हो सकता है. Higher conversion add to cart payment success. ठीक है. Higher conversion add to cart करने के बाद ही payment success हो जाएगा. As in, this might include various things. Whenever we place an order or add to cart, there are some columns like add an address, so we can ensure that the exact address is being filled automatically with the GPS locations. Apart from this, we can also help the user trace it by knowing your customer with the cache data fill automatically. He does not need to fill the entire entries daily, or he can use 1 to 2 addresses, for example, for people or students who live or people who job, right? They live in 2 to 3 different locations throughout the year, so we can add 1 to 3 options. So we can add them, right? Apart from this, what do we have? थोड़ा समय खराब चल रहा हो भाई, दिमाग काम ना कर रहा हो. जब हनी सिंह पे टाइम वैसे आया हो तो हनी सिंह 10 साल को फ्लॉप होगा. आज IPS birthday. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Third is lower card abandonment. Abandonment. अच्छा lower card abandonment ये भी होता है. What do you do? Define your hypothesis. If we implement the new checkout design, then conversion rate from cart order will increase X%. Hypothesis. What is a hypothesis? So हम क्या expect करते हैं? If we implement new checkout design, then convert rate from cart to order will increase X%. So what is a database? Database is a collection of data increase by X%, because the flow is simpler, fewer steps and more case. Because the flow is simpler, अच्छे से करना है बस आपको ध्यान से. Simpler, fewer steps, more trust queues. Bonus. Call out why user drop off. Example, too many fields, confusion, address, and distractions, right? So design experiment setup component control group sees old checkout design. Treatment group sees new design. Randomizing unit by user ID or over duplication and sample ID. Calculate based on CR. Test duration depends on traffic until statistically significant. 2 weeks minimum. If always test on a clean cohort. Exclude users mid checkout are already transacted. Always test on a clean cohort. Exclude users mid checkout are already transacted. Define success metrics. Split them into 3 levels: primary, conversion rate, and success metrics. Define success metrics. Primary metric is conversion rate. Conversion rate. Secondary matrix is time taken to complete checkout. Secondary matrix होते हैं. Time taken to complete checkout. वो पढ़ लो. Matrix क्या होती है? Drop offs at each step. और मैं अच्छे से करूँगा, ठीक है. Percentage COD versus prepaid. ठीक है. I said okay. Then we have guardrail metrics. App crashes, load time. Return rate. To watch for order quality. to watch for order quality. Customer support tickets on checkout issues. Customer support tickets. Segmentation. I like to realize results by segmentation भी कर सकते हैं आप उसकी. क्या आ गया रंगी होने लगी है. Put this on. Segmentation. So first is new versus repeated users. New versus repeated users. ये चीज़ हमें करनी होगी. Second is tier 2, 3 versus metro cities. COD versus prepaid. Mobile versus desktop users. Especially important for Misho when tier 3 user behavior can be very different. ठीक है. Statistical minimum, detectable effect, 95% confidence level, p value, post detection treatment wins, no difference control wins, on ship attackment learning. If the new jailbird is in when I should convert faster, cleaner, smarter without spooking users. A/B test helps to measure confidence, not just swipe it, no blind rollouts. We sure that works. I set up an A/B test comparing the old versus new checkout randomized at user level. My primary metric would be cart to order conversion rate. Conversion rate, secondary metric like time to checkout, stepwise dropping off. I segment your user by type, device, and geography. The test would run until statistically significant, and I monitor garden rail metrics like return rate and app issues to ensure nothing breaks. ठीक. Here, the next question is, how would you forecast order volumes for Diwali sales? So definitely when you're asking me about Diwali sales, so it is like Diwali is a very big festival in a country like India. So and a very big opportunity for reseller platforms like for reseller e-commerce platforms. Announce बोलो, ठीक है, for reseller e-commerce platforms like Misho. So first of all, what is our intention behind us is to the intention is to increase the sales, increase the revenue throughout this process by providing discounts on those items which are frequently bought by the users. So let me just clarify that is the sale going to happen in India? Okay, so first of all, I guess I'm very clear with the intention of this thing that we are going to have big revenue for the entire economy, right? So uh, to fetch revenue. So first of all, as the Diwali sales, right? So the very first thing that we can do, the very first thing that we do is by providing discounts on those items. By providing discounts on those items who are frequently bought or are usually bought around these festivals. Basically, some typical household items like refrigerators, air conditioners, or televisions, and even furnitures. All these things are those मीशो बेचता है. मीशो तो कपड़ा बेचता है सिर्फ. मीशो क्या क्या बेचता है? What does मीशो? ये मत बोल देना. Affordable value product targeting tier two. Fashion, major chunk of sales. Accessories, devices, footwear, home kitchen, bed sheets, curtains, कपड़ा बेचता है. Beauty and personal care. Electronic accessories, smart watches, LED light, oil cover, speakers, soft toys. है ना? Hmm. So as Misho basically sell the top selling categories is women's fashion, jewelry, home decor, electronics accessories, and footwears. So as we know that Misho is one of the top companies and is one of the top organization in India which leads in women clothing, women fashion, ठीक है, which deals with women fashion and home decor things, electronics items, and jewelries, jewelries and accessories. So yeah, it is very obvious that to put very fascinating and attractive discounts on all of these things, because these are the things that almost each and every person, because these are the things which almost majority of family in India buy, and that is even domain, that is not even geography specific. That happens in all the tier cities, be it in New Delhi, Gurgaon, or be it in any town or village in any state of India. So definitely we can put some discounts. Apart from this, we can we can put on a campaign like just before Diwali. We can put on a campaign so that our taglines or advertisements with holdings, so that people get to know more about. Apart from this, what we can do before Diwali is analyzing those is by listing those products which are new to the market, as we can contact those sellers which produce new products. For example, many times we see on Instagram that there are some products which are very unique or are not available on major e-commerce sites like Meesho or any other site, right? So what we can do is that we can contact them and we can we can have a deal with them and consider them themselves as a seller, and we can have a deal with them, and then we can sell their product on our platform as well. So that might also help in talk about we can sell this product, publicize it, and we can do a lot of marketing. And we'll divide the metrics for this thing is going to be, first of all, I'll divide this on the basis of gender, right? Gender, I'll consider majorly three genders. The first one is going to be females, then it's going to be kids, and then men, right? Because even my family members, my mother and my sister usually, many times buy products on Meesho, kurtis and dresses and stuff. So yeah, definitely we can put it into them, and based on each metric, we can put the discounts. Now, the next metric is going to be by city, as in it is expected that people who live in tier 1 or tier 2 cities are expected to more spend on their home decor things or to buy things which are मतलब home decor things. So we can also give special offers on those particular areas, on those particular things. Apart from this, we can also have that thing in mind, sellers, right? So we need to do this. Also, one important thing is that we can. One important thing I wanted to tell you is that during this time, we can. It is a very good opportunity to. It is a very good opportunity for Meesho to expand its customer base, and for the revenue generation as well. For the revenue generation as well. So what happens is that we can, whosoever is a delivery partner, we can for that particular piece of time hire more delivery agents that just on the basis of calculations that in which area we will be using. Because again, that will depend on the metrics, right? In rural areas, that might be when if we are having two delivery persons, then we can expand it to four, right? Because and we can start a campaign as in delivery in just 24 hours or just 1.5 day, right? So that people will consider Meesho having an edge over other e-commerce platforms. That it's like you order the product today and you'll get it tomorrow, right? So yeah, you can do so, right? Apart from this, what you can do is that you can ये भी कर सकते हो, ठीक है? हाँ, ये सब कर सकते हो। बिजनेस साइकिल, सीजनल ट्रेंड्स, ऑपरेशनल एनालाज में क्या क्या बिका था वो सब देख सकते हैं। Your answer structure, inventory, warehousing, sell capacity, devising partner, readiness, promotion budget, start by analyzing last year दिवाली volume क्या थी, same festival period 2 से 3 साल previous year, non festive versus festive lift multiplier, दिवाली peak दिवाली post दिवाली trends, growth in app users, macro factors, growth in app users, build your forecast model using time series forecasting, growth trend scaling, category level breakdown, fashion, home, kitchen, product category, region segmentation, metro versus tier 2, tier 3 cities, marketing budget, if Meesho is running on TV plus influencer campaigns, traffic surge, discount offered, so steeper discounts equals to bigger order spike, new user acquisition, festival onboarding campaign, logistics capacity, can we even fulfill their forecasted spike, Competitor actions are Flipkart and Amazon clashing dates with Big Billion or Great Indian Sale. I'd build multiple forecast scenarios based optimistic and conservative depending on how these factors play out. Final deliverables are daily forecast from 1 week pre-Diwali to 5 days post, orders per day, categories, city tier, new versus returning users with notes on assumptions, confidence intervals. Once the campaign goes live, I track orders versus forecast daily, funnel drop-offs, ad spend, and ROI, product level stockouts. Bonus if it's I'd set alerts for deviations greater than 10% from daily expected order volume. I'd use historical data, growth multipliers in marketing plans to forecast daily order volume by category and region. I'd build optimistic and conservative models and monitor deviation once the sale starts to keep logistics and operations in sync. This way, Meesho doesn't just sell more, it executes flawlessly. Mic drop. Diwali on Meesho is like Super Bowl. If we forecast strong, either we'll run out of stock or sit on warehouse full of unsold sarees. I'd use data plus domain business signals to predict like a nerd and plan like a boss. When I make a forecasting table or visualizing this with the dummy data or need help crafting SQL or Python code for actual ARIMA model logic, I got you. Okay. What is the name of Meesho sale? The name of Meesho's flagship sale. No, as of I do not even order through online companies. What makes the mega buster? It's called Meesho Mega Blockbuster Sale. It's widely Meesho's biggest one. Meesho Mega Blockbuster Sale. Meesho Mega Blockbuster Sale. Okay. Meesho Mega Blockbuster Sale. ठीक है. ठीक है. ठीक है. Okay. If you only had 1 hour and limited data access, how would you analyze the impact of new pricing policy? Okay. It's Diwali. No, 9th है. If you had only 1 hour, okay, and limited data access, makes sense. How would you analyze the impact of new pricing policy? New pricing policy. Okay, if I have limited data and you have mentioned 1 hour, so that means I'm having a very big time constraint and I have to analyze what are the impact of my new pricing policy. Okay, so basically, first of all, I would like to know what is the intention behind this new pricing policy and what are the objectives that we expect from this pricing policy to fulfill. Oh yeah, from this pricing policy, pretty good. Now, apart from this thing, what we do usually is, let me see what if I'm meeting. Apart from this policy, okay. So yes, okay. Now, after knowing the intentions, so this might be increasing the conversion rate, or it might also be increasing the retention, customer retention. So definitely, I'd like to look at what this pricing policy is all about, whether it is beneficial for the sellers or for me, or for customers, as in who is getting what in this price policy. Now, when it comes to I have limited data access, so I'm considering the fact that I'm not given access to the entire database. That after the implementation of this policy, what have been the actual statistics? So, shall I consider that I have only very few data sets, as in a very few users? Okay. Okay, no issues. So even if I'm having a very few user data set, right, as you mentioned, still I guess I might be able to draw some conclusions, because what happens is that in sampling technique, what we do is that we do the very same thing. We do not always analyze the entire data. We take samples and then we form conclusions on the basis of that. So let me just consider that I've been given kind of sample of the data. First of all, I'll be using the key metrics for this thing is going to be the type of user, as in the age of the user, along with this area, the region from which belongs, the geographical locations, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 cities. Along with this, I'll check whether the particular user has been a loyal customer for a long time or is a customer who buys very not very frequently. Then I'll also see who that customer belongs to, which strata of the society. Is he a rich individual, middle class, or belongs to the lower middle class or poor, or belongs to the lower middle class? Apart from this, then I will see the comparison, like comparison between the orders that were placed in last year. The very first thing, total orders placed last year versus total orders placed after the implementation of this policy. Now, this only is not the correct metrics because I would say this is not the only optimal thing. So I will try to get the data per user. As in, for example, there's a user, let's see Sham. So if Sham is buying 88 products or 80 products throughout a year from Meesho, and after the implementation of this policy, I'm considering the fact the data that has been provided to me is of 1 year. So if Sham is now buying 60 products, okay, so that kind of gives me a red signal that either Sean is not interested, that might also be a case. So I need that to keep in mind as well. But okay, then I'll follow a trend, not just for Sean, but for all the people I'm having my database currently. I'll see a trend. Now, if the trend is like monotonous, as in majority of the cases, it is kind of like a decreasing curve. So that would ultimately be a signal of a red flag that something is wrong with this thing, right? Also, this thing also depend on the seller's thing because we as a reseller economic platform do not deal only with the customers. We have to deal with our sellers as well because they are the people who actually sell their products. So we need to cater them as well. So is it happening? I need to see that whether there's a reduction in the sellers login into the niche account. Are they listing? Are they ordering? Is the ordering same? Is the listing same? Is the SKU same? Is the product same? I need to know each and everything about this stuff. Now, apart from this, I will also notice that if the person is doing this SKU, so how is he managing it, right? Is he gaining more profits than he used to get last year? Basically, his payouts. So whether his payout is larger or is more in this after the implementation of this policy or is less. If it is less, so I'll check if is it less for an individual or a specific geo location area, but or for the entire population or for the entire sellers. So that thing is also that I need to think upon. Now, apart from this, if I talk about apart from this, if I talk about the entire supply chain, right? So if there is something that the graph is not monotonous, right? There comes the exact point because if the graph of orders is monotonically increasing, that simply indicates okay the policy is really valuable and there is no change. There's no need to change it. If the graph is monotonically decreasing, the policy is not performing very well, and we need to change this policy. But in some cases, when the graph is uneven, so we need to then identify other metrics as well, some more specific metrics that will help us identify that is there any pattern in the areas or in a particular type of users or particular type of people who are still using or even buying more or people who are buying less. So what is the reason that the people who so what is the reason that the people who are buying more and the people who are not buying, so what is the reason that they're not buying the product? So I need to dig down to that level. So with much more user metrics. So that is, I guess, would be a good thing. So let me now just get into this. When was the policy rolled out? Date and time? Who did it impact? All the users, tier 2 only, certain categories. What changed? Example, free shipping. Kya change hua? Lower commission, price slash, right? What was the policy? Example, policy dropped 7 days ago across women. We are offering 10% discount on site wide, right? Grab just enough data. Since you have limited access, go for high leverage queries on or dashboards. Total orders before and after. Before, after, conversion rate, GMV revenue, profit per order, bounce rate if possible. Now query आप क्या लिखेंगे आप लिखे अब यहाँ से query start हो जाएंगे आपके ठीक है select date order time as day select date order time as day count star as total orders sum revenue as revenue average order value as average order value from orders where category is women and order time equals to between date before and date after, group by day. Create a quick and after Excel chart. After chart, Excel or Notion works. Orders is 10,000, 12,000 plus 20%. Conversion rate is 4.5%, 5.2%, 15.5%. Average order value is this. Highlight the positive short-term lift in volume, but potential margin drop. This is the critical. Talk about confounders. Since no control group or long-term views, maybe this was a there was a Diwali bump where ads running in parallel. What if all users drove this? Not new. So defines success proxy. If repeat purchase holds steady over the next 7 to 14 days and CAC doesn't spike, we can cautiously call this a win. So just a next step, if I had more time, I'd run a synthetic control using similar non-impacted categories or users. In the hour I had ran before after deep dive on the key revenue and conversion metrics for affected category, orders grew 20%, but margins shrank 45%. So the orders grew 24%, but the margins shrank by 45%. It and flag this as a volume positive, but margin risky change. Would recommend further monitoring plus segmented A/B testing next week. One or no more. Yeah. Next is what's your approach to cleaning and validating raw data before analysis. So cleaning and validating raw data before analysis, है ना, एक तो है ना आगे इस पर आते हैं. अब तुमने वो काफी बढ़िया बनी वाला दिमाग तो छोड़. ठीक है, क्या ही मैट्रिक्स है, कन्वर्जन रेट है ना, AOV, SKU, dropshipping, payments, extra delivery partner, stakeholders, and है ना frugality, ये सब चीजें. Initial sanity check. Count star from orders, count distinct order ID from orders, remove duplicate, check for duplicate rows, select ID from orders group by order ID, and count cycle. Greater than 1, missing null value, select cast where revenue is null, then 1, else then 0, to 1.1. Count star as null revenue from orders. Validate types and then select star from orders, validate to check. Left join, dedupe and normalize categories. Outlier, use percentage, so Z scores. Plot box plots in effort in Python, Cbon, yeah. Track changes, putting till there first and identity checks. ठीक है. SQL data science, even if not putting it, category to find out your product by GMV in the last month. Okay. Two tables, orders and find order average value per user. Explain the difference between left join and inner join. Okay. Using a business use case. Okay, I'll do this. How do you handle missing values of outlier in your data analysis? Okay, I'll do this. If we gave you messy seller onboarding data, how would you clean and segment it? Okay, I'll do this. Tell me more about a time you worked on a project with ambiguity. Okay. How do you prioritize speed versus perfection? It is very necessary to maintain a balance. When did you take ownership of a project beyond your expected role? When did you take ownership of your project beyond your expected role? Describe a moment where your data insight changed the direction of a team or a project. Why meet you what excites you about a mission? If a competitor like Flipkart launches a zero commission market competitor strategic thinking, zero commission for sellers scheme, how should Misha respond? How would you evaluate launching change with the business is ready? Situation task ownership skill join the finishing assessment have one mock mini case study ready, like how I boost seller retention using data or how I will reduce abandonment on mini case study. Okay, ठीक है. So okay, so yeah, ठीक है. JD जय शर्मा, जय शर्मा, राधे शर्मा, जय शर्मा. Let's go. Yeah, 25. Let's go ahead. Ox. Yeah. No.
करें क्योंकि वीकेंड पर दुकानें बंद हो सकती हैं. हेलो.
Oh, ये भेजा उसने नंबर. नंबर. 11:30 p.m. SPR on duty. Okay. नहीं कोई दिक्कत नहीं है लेकिन बस चलिए कौन कौन फॉलो करते हैं ऐसा जय शर्मा हो कुशार डीसी कुशार देव छब्बर इसको ही फॉलो करते हैं क्लास हो गया इसको ही फॉलो करते हैं जय शर्मा